You're listening to the Tuesday review. I am Nathan, as always, joined by James. How you going, James? What's made you happy last week?
Just hanging out with the boys on the long weekend.
Yeah, also joined by Callum. How you going, Callum? What's made you happy in the last week?
My cat, Rosie.
Yes, they had a photo shoot.
We did. She's beautiful.
She's beautiful. She's a good girl.
White. What kind of cat?
Just off the street kind of cat, but
The
she's
fun
white
thing
and
about
fluffy.
cats is most cats don't, like, like with dogs, they'll have like the whole thing of like genealogies or it's just a cat.
Yeah.
Apart
Yeah.
from like Maine Coons and so on.
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of cat is it? It's either orange, black, or white. Pick one.
All I know is like Siamese.
Yeah.
And
they don't have many breeds of cats. Most cats are just cats.
Yeah.
Like it's
Egyptian, one of those
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
She's white.
Hairless. Yeah.
She's just a white fluffer.
Yeah.
That's the technical definition. As for what's made me happy, similar to James, enjoying the long weekend with the boys. We're recording this on the Saturday, so we've still got the long weekend ahead of us because the Tuesday we would normally do the show is going to be like 45 degrees. And we're like, you know what? Let's get in early because no one wants to go outside.
The studio is not conducive to high temperatures.
No, especially when you consider it's a shared environment and some people are more than happy to kind of just hotbox it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not obviously naming anyone or shaming anyone, but
yeah, I don't know how people stand it.
I don't know how people can do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move straight on in. We're doing Alan's not here because he hasn't seen the movie.
He's lost.
And we thought we'll probably won't spoil it for him because, I'd rather him watch it blind. So we're going to talk about Marty Supreme.
Yes.
Also known as Marty Supreme.
Yes.
The new Josh Safdie / Timothy Chalamet picture.
Yeah. Ping pong picture.
Yeah, and look, it's a great movie.
Table tennis.
We're a little bit late to the party, I guess, in a global sense,
Australia.
unfortunately.
Well, unfortunately, because we're Australia, we didn't get it until this past Thursday, but it came out in the US on Christmas Day, 2025. So I still count this as a 2025 movie.
Well, it is.
It's been nominated for the 2025 Oscars, the 2026 Oscars, but for the 2025 period. But we didn't get it until late January. I mean, this is one of my most anticipated movies of the past year or so.
The other Safdie brother finally submits his picture for Safdie domination.
Yeah, so the Safdie brothers, of course, did Good Time and Uncut Gems, and then they split up, and Benny Safdie did The Smashing Machine with The Rock, which Callum and I saw. Yeah, he did the Curse. Yeah. I think who didn't he do like behind the scenes, like writing stuff?
Yeah, he did.
Callum and I saw Smashing Machine.
That's
last
a duo.
year.
That's a duo that should never be released on the pub. Like, I feel like that's harsh, but when you put Nathan Fielder and a Safdie together,
it's
just
we talked about the curse, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was just like
it's just pure uncomfortable madness.
Yeah, I don't even
it's fantastic.
Yeah, there's already a level of like, oh no, and then you turn it up to 11. So that was but Benny Safdie went and did The Smashing Machine, which Callum and I enjoyed despite it not getting a particularly warm reception from, I guess, most audience and critics.
Is there an element of that where it's like people just see The Rock and they assume it's going to be a shit movie?
That's a small part of it, I think.
It was also positioned as like you could watch the trailer at the same time you could see stuff about Marty Supreme. So people
another thing.
People online were already positioning them as competing against each other, and because The Smashing Machine is a smaller scope film, there's different camps. Everyone's saying different things. So
also, like the things we liked about Smashing Machine are the things that other people seem to not like about it, like the weird kind of jazzy kind of free-flowingness of it, and the fact that it wasn't a straight sports drama at all. I think a lot of people were disappointed by that, but I thought that's what was interesting about it. And of course, I think Marty Supreme was playing at festivals, and so the word out was like Marty Supreme's a masterpiece and Smashing Machine wasn't doing well, and so people are putting the brothers against each other because they used to make movies together and now they split up, and it's like, oh well, one's better than the other.
It's a competition.
And I was like, no, that's ridiculous.
It's not a competition. We're just getting double the movies, which is better for cinema.
And I mean, like, I would like them to come back together and make more movies, but I would also like them to go off and make movies, as long as they're making stuff.
Yeah,
I think
as long as they're happy.
I think as long as
I mean, that's the other thing. On a selfish level, I just want them to make stuff that I want to enjoy. But yeah, if they quit movies or do whatever they want. Like
I think the current trajectory is fine. Just keep doing whatever they're feeling.
Well, Benny's a good actor too. He could just straight up do that.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, they're making movies apart, but they're working together for the benefit of cinema. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? Let's not frame it in a competition angle.
Well, that's I think it's unfair to pit any movies against each other. And like, Callum and I were talking about, like, Smashing Machine and Marty Supreme are completely different movies. Personally, like, I think Marty Supreme is the better movie, and I understand why it's getting all the praise. But that doesn't make the Smashing Machine bad.
No, it's one of those things where
I feel bad. Sorry, no, continue.
No, you continue.
Oh, I like the Smashing Machine is back in the zeitgeist because of this of Marty Supreme being released, and it makes me feel terrible for The Rock because like people are all also positioning it as getting no nominations at the Oscars, none of this, none of that. And people are making jokes about how The Rock is going to have his big WWE return now because he's never going to make movies again. And like, he's going to put on that brown jungle shirt that he wears in all the movies. And he's like,
to be fair,
Jumanji film.
Yeah.
To be fair to The Rock, I'm not sure if he could actually go back to the
but
WWE
my point is,
anymore.
I'm like, The Rock did a genuinely good, deep performance in the Smashing Machine. And I feel like... Benny Safdie aside, I feel like everyone he's getting overshadowed because of this competition aspect.
Yeah, I think it's also like I like The Rock in Smashing Machine. I thought he did a good job. Was it the best performance of the year? Wasn't amazing? No. I think we've talked about before, I think the Oscars are kind of stupid anyway, like pitting art against each other, and the nominations this year were a bit weird. But yeah, so
Ari Aster didn't even get nominated for the there should be a Jimmy wrestling category.
the Oscar for most divisive or contentious.
I think as far as The Rock returning to WWE goes, I don't even think he would anymore because he either got off the juice or he cut a lot of weight.
Well, yeah, he slimmed down a bit.
When you're that slim and you're as old as he is, he would get injured very quickly. When he hasn't got that bulk behind him anymore, he hasn't got that fat tissue, that muscle to fall back on. Yeah. I think he once you get to his age and you lose the weight, you don't really come back.
Yeah.
But you know which athlete doesn't get injured easily?
Who?
I was going Marty Mauser.
No, but I think for him, it's almost more dangerous to kind of try and put all that weight back on as an older man.
Yeah.
Well, it's something Batista's talked about as well. It's better for the body as you age to get rid of the excess weight because it takes a toll on your spine and so on.
Yeah.
I think,
people might be disappointed if they don't see The Rock back in the ring, but he's got to do what's best for his health and at his age.
At least Cena was straight up about it, John Cena.
John Cena's just like, look, I'm getting old. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, there's a thing in wrestling, I'm obviously, so not to derail the episode, but there's a thing in wrestling where people want their elder statesmen to continue until they die, right? The Ric Flair method.
That's what I was going to say. But with athletes, people just want them to keep going forever.
Yeah, but
and it's like,
no one should be killing themselves for it. So I'm glad that The Rock is moving on from wrestling, to be honest.
I mean, when we saw Smashing Machine, I said, I want The Rock to do more movies like this, and I want to see, where he goes from here. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, back to Marty Supreme. Benny Safdie went and did Smashing Machine. Meanwhile, Josh Safdie went and did Marty Supreme. And Marty Supreme was getting, while Smashing Machine was, not received particularly well, Marty Supreme was getting all the accolades and the hype and the buzz.
I think,
and I was very excited for it. I've said it before, I'm excited for any Safdie project, but I think Marty Supreme, was like I said, one of my most anticipated movies.
I think the whole situation was also kind of unfortunate because obviously we're in this bubble ourselves of film criticism, but again, people shouldn't be pitting the art against each other. And the whole thing is, it's like, yeah, sure, I haven't seen The Smashing Machine, but it's kind of like, did it achieve what it set out to achieve?
It did.
Because that's the important thing.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, like we were saying,
it's subjective.
And they're different kinds of movies.
Yeah, it's like if The Smashing Machine achieved what it set out to achieve, then you can't criticize it for not being Marty Supreme because that's not what it's trying to achieve.
But people like shit-stirring.
Yeah.
There's also that element of it. People just want to be creating conflict where there is none. Or shouldn't be any.
Driving engagement.
Exactly.
Yeah, getting the likes for the
Yeah, that's the other thing with film discourse online now.
It's always toxic because that's how you drive engagement.
Unless you listen to the Tuesday review.
Yeah.
And then it's not toxic at all, unless we're talking about Star Wars.
Well, but that's deservedly Anyway. That was a very long roundabout way to get to now after all that, the buzz and the divisive and this and that. Now we finally get Marty Supreme out in cinemas.
Before we talk about the film, also just props to the marketing campaign for this movie.
Oh, and Timothy Chalamet being out there being like, I am the master, and like talking about ping pong all the
and
time.
like blimps and table tennis balls and hoodies.
He was on top of the Las Vegas Sphere or whatever, and he had the jackets that everyone wanted, and speaking of like the marketing and stuff, so the movie came out in Australia just a few days ago, and the Astor Theatre here in Melbourne has the exclusive 70mm print of the film. So I went to see that on opening night.
What was that experience like, watching it with a group of cinema fans, like-minded people?
That's the best way to watch it.
With like a 70mm. Tell us what the 70mm film looked like. How did it run it down for us?
Yeah, so I think I talked about like one battle after another I saw in 70mm. So like the picture just has that really nice, warm, grainy feel to it. And it's got, it's a huge screen there, and it's got just a different feeling to a more tangible kind of, gritty feeling, but without losing, definition or anything. It's a great looking movie in general, but I think seeing it on 70mm, like that's the best way to watch it. Then on top of that, you're seeing it at the a sold out screening on opening night with a whole bunch of other film fans or whatever who it's the best way because everyone's sort of on the same wavelength. Everyone laughs at the same moment, everyone sort of gets it, whereas I saw it again with you guys just at our local Hoyts. And it was a spotty audience, a couple of people in the back.
Half of the audience may have been there only to see Timothy Chalamet.
And that's the thing, is they're much more the kind of normie audience, where I'm pretty sure, there was a couple of people who their girlfriend just dragged them there to see little Timmy.
Why is Timmy playing table tennis?
Yeah. And, they see the trailer and they're like, oh, new Timmy movie. And then the movie starts and they're like, what the hell is this? So, there were people in our screening just today at Hoyts, the normie screening, whereas there wasn't a lot of laughter. There wasn't a lot of...
I thought it was hilarious. There were things that I laughed at that I was like, am I misunderstanding this?
Yeah. And so the best way to watch it obviously is with like-minded people. So that experience at the Astor was great because, everyone you just get that feeling, it's like that communal, that communal experience of all watching the same thing.
Did you go on your own or were you with...
No, it was just me, but it was just sold out screening. So I was sitting next to a bunch of people. And just the whole audience was really into it, I think. Even if, I'm sure there were people who didn't like it, but, when you're in that environment, everyone was locked in, and it's like a special 70mm screening.
Was there any introductions, or was it just kind of straight in?
Well, the Astor does a really cool thing where they play, before the movie, they play, the normal trailers, whatever, the ads, and then they try to put in some stuff that's like related to the movie.
Yeah.
So like for Marty Supreme, they did like some old newsreel footage of Marty Reisman, who is the real life ping pong player, table tennis player who Marty in the movie is based on. So they did some of that. And they played like a Wheaties box commercial, like with I think it was a football. I can't remember who it was, but it was like an old NFL player, on the Wheaties box, because that factors into the movie.
Yeah.
So they try to do things that are like related to the screening. So that's always fun, gets you in the mood. And also the thing I wanted to mention was that, like Nathan was saying, this had a big advertising thing. What was really cool was at the screening, they gave us A24 like merch. We got some Marty Supreme ping pong balls, the orange ones that actually say Marty Supreme on them, and they come in a cool little box. And I got a Marty Supreme poster with Timmy Chalamet.
That's free?
Yeah.
Very
They'll
nice.
just show them your ticket, and they were giving them out. So that was really cool. And again, that adds to the experience.
Yeah. It's like the care they put into this movie.
Yeah, and these kinds of screenings, because we always talk about, with the Brunswick Picture House and stuff, it's like there are there's cinema, like normal cinema screenings, and then there's like more of these event type, a bit more, makes it a bit more special. So, and not only just the format of the film, which is, I would have just been happy with seeing it that, but then on top of that, it's got like a little bit of an extra like thing for fans and cinephiles, and it just adds to the whole overall experience. So yeah, that was really cool. And I really liked the movie, and so I was like, we'll go again so you guys can see it.
How did you find it digitally, the difference?
So, how we always complain movies, modern movies are too dark. And I think that is definitely a problem. I think a big part of it, and I think we've talked about this before on other episodes, is I think at most cinemas, like the projection, they don't run it as bright as they should. I guess because they don't want to burn the bulb out. So they
I never thought of that. It's like if we reduce the brightness by 10 to 15%, we can get an extra 300 screenings out of this bulb before we have to pay to replace it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like the 70mm print was a bit brighter and more,
That's probably because they might not be able to get away with it. You got so many people maybe who know what they're talking about, know what they're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, and you'd hope when it's a special 70mm
play it as bright as it needs to be.
Screening, that actually have a proper projectionist, and they'd play it.
Well, yeah, they would have to, right? You're playing a film reel.
There's a spec sheet as well.
There's more love. There's more love put into those kinds of screenings.
There's less fiddling you can get away with a film reel than it is just the digital projector where you just hit play.
And the people who are screening that are, the Astor, is known for we're going to be playing like these kinds of art house or old movies or whatever. So there's more care taken to when they do a screening. Whereas your Hoyts or your Village or your chain cinema is just like, we got the digital thing with, there's some teenager pushes the play button and then there's no one actually in the booth to check. So I think you guys agree, the movie looks great.
Yeah.
But I think it was a bit too dark, especially in certain scenes.
Be interesting
Not as dark as some movies we watch where we have to complain about it.
This is one we definitely pick up in 4K when it comes out, and I'd be interested to rewatch it.
Yeah. I think
on like a good television.
Yeah, on a proper 4K TV, on a 4K disc, I think would look a lot better. But
especially on an OLED where you've got the accurate the proper contrast and whatnot. Interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, the 70mm obviously was better. But I think, this is still a
good way to watch.
Yeah,
it's still a movie. It's still a movie I'm glad I saw at the cinemas, of course, right? Because it's a 5-star movie, and it's also one of those things where we've got to put our money where our mouths are. And you got old Tim on Jimmy Fallon being like, people need to come out and support original cinema. Yeah, and you know what I mean? Like there's not that much of it anymore. Like,
especially in a main, like we were even
especially at Hoyts.
We were even unsure if it was going to come to our local Hoyts because
we were just like, we're going to have to go down to Brunswick.
because sometimes we don't get these kinds of movies, and these aren't the big movies that are mainstream anymore.
I mean, look,
even when it's marketed,
I think they're banking on Tim.
That's the thing. I think because Little Timmy's like pretty big now, and he's like a pretty mainstream actor now.
So Timothée Chalamet, he gets the film bros because he makes the film bro movies. Some of them.
He's good because he's in
both worlds, and he's also a Kardashian. So he gets
he's hot for the girls. He's in the Kardashian family, so there's all the gossip kind of that.
Yeah, so he gets all that network, and he gets the film bros.
But he's also a really good actor.
Yeah,
and as far as I can tell, seems like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I think people keep trying to dig up dirt on him, but from what I understand,
he just gets better with age. It's like you're digging up dirt of him doing what, rapping in French in New York as a kid. I'm like, that's baller.
Yeah,
he also had DS videos on YouTube.
Oh, you know what? He makes custom Xbox controllers.
Again.
Yeah, like this guy's awesome.
Anyway.
But because there's a lot of actors who are like, oh yeah, this guy seems nice, but he's probably real shifty, and then something's eventually going to come out about him. But he seems like a cool guy. Yeah, and he is a good actor. Like he's good on a mainstream level, but he's also good on like weird indie kind of level. So I think
and he dedicates his time to his craft. Like for the Bob Dylan movie, A Complete Unknown, like he learnt those songs. He's playing those songs. He's singing.
Yeah,
he's embodying that character. And this movie, he took the table tennis wherever he went.
Well, I think we were talking about he's been training doing table tennis since 2018. So he's been preparing. He took a table with him everywhere he went. Like during filming Dune, he was playing table tennis on his off time.
That's dedication, man. You know what I mean? He has the work ethic.
Yeah. And it pays off because he gives a good performance, not just in playing the game, but an acting.
He has a good physicality to him in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell it's him playing too. It's not like one of those things where it's like it'll cut to a shot where you don't see the
it's like a different hand.
Yeah.
It's like really hairy. Like yeah. Now I think it might be recency bias, but I think this is my favorite Timothée Chalamet performance. It might not be his best performance, but I think it's my favorite just because I think I like this kind of character and the way he plays it and his physicality.
I really liked him in A Complete Unknown. Have you seen A Complete Unknown, Callum?
No, I haven't. But out of the films I have seen, which probably isn't all of them, this is his strongest only because I think that in this film he shows...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It might not be his strongest or his best, but I think it's my favorite just because I vibed with it and I liked Marty Mauser, the character he plays.
Well, it also gives him room to show a whole wide range of different acting techniques. Like he's got the character moments, he's got the funny moments, he's got the dramas, he has the physical moments, you got the action-y in quotation marks moments.
Yeah.
So it's like it gives him a stage to show what he can do across all kinds of areas.
He's already been in 38 movies.
He's a hard-working boy.
Yeah, he's been working since he was a teen.
The first movie I saw with him that I can remember,
he was in Interstellar. I don't know if I'd seen him before.
Lady Bird is the first time I was like, oh, who's this guy?
Yeah, remember when Lady Bird came out, I was like, this guy's really good. He's really funny. And Call Me By Your Name, like he was great in that.
I never saw that. I wanted to.
Yeah, he's really great in that.
French Dispatch?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But the boys are weak for Wes.
You know what? His storyline made me so emotional in that film. I really love that movie.
Yeah.
That's a really special film.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's a great actor, and he
I think in the description for this episode when I put it up, it's going to be this week we simp for Tim and discuss.
But
yeah, no, he's a good actor. And we're privileged because we've got hopefully many more years and many more films to look forward to.
Yeah,
and he doesn't want to.
As long as he doesn't burn himself out.
Well, he wants to go down as one of the greats, and so he's like I don't know. This could be also subtle marketing for the film, the way he's been talking at like shows and whatever. Well, he keeps saying, "I need to be the greatest. I get up every day neading to be the best."
I think he's playing it up a little bit because he did do that like viral marketing campaign for Marty Supreme, where he's like throwing out he's like on the Zoom call with the marketing execs. He's throwing out all these crazy ideas. Like that was a character, obviously. So he plays into it a bit.
I think that this is. I think that his ball is still getting. Still getting rolling.
He's still a young man.
Excited to see
it's a great time
what he does next.
Anyway, the movie itself.
So Marty Supreme, written by Josh Safdie and Ronald Borenstein. Let's
have a look.
I'm blanking.
It's all right.
What has
Bronstein?
What has Bronstein done before? Anything I'd know?
Well, he worked with the Safdie brothers on Good Time and Uncut Gems, so he's like their regular collaborator. And he went over to work with Josh on Marty Supreme. So they wrote it, and Josh Safdie directed it. It's about Marty Mauser. So in the early 1950s in New York, he's a table tennis player, young guy who's trying to be the best at table tennis and try to break into the international competition. Which in the US, it's table tennis is still just like a backroom game, like ping pong. But on the international stage, it's taken more seriously. It's like a more competitive sport. So he's trying to break in and become a big name and better his craft. And in typical Safdie style,
it has some anxiety.
It's told in this like really sort of anxiety kind of
pressure cooker environment.
This fast-paced,
Yeah.
race against time, like really intense.
I've used this description before about these types of movies, so I apologize to listeners. But there's an after hours element where it's, instead of getting home, he needs money so bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, what will he do to get the money? And it's like a trip to find the funds. And I'm watching it and it reminded me of the kind of stress in after hours as the desperation keeps climbing and climbing and climbing.
Yeah. Well, it's the Good Time thing, the Uncut Gems thing. It's like this rising, getting more desperate, and things getting crazier and the time getting
compressed. Yeah.
It's just like the time crunch is like, oh no, gonna come up. So it's like this movie is like kind of like One Battle After Another, where I was like, oh, the One Battle After Another isn't really about the revolution, it's about the chase to get the daughter back, and it becomes this kind of race it against time thriller. And I think Marty Supreme is similar in that way, where it's like it's not really about ping pong or table tennis.
No,
it's about like Marty as a character, but also like him trying to get the money to get the flight to get to the competition.
It's just an anti-capitalist movie, mate. It's kind of just like
he doesn't want to work. Yeah, he doesn't really want to work. He just wants to do what he's.
It's about the compromise of like, how do you chase your dreams to an extent?
But it's also like because him as a character, he is kind of a dick.
Oh, he's a massive dick.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily anti-capitalist in like he's fighting against the system, but he is someone who is like, I'm going to be the best at table tennis and I don't really care about anything else, and that means not working, not supporting a family, not
he's a man who found his true will, and he doesn't want to let it go.
And it's kind of like, it's more like a passionate artist kind of thing, like the Whiplash thing, where it's like you have to give everything up to become the most perfect, the most perfect performer of that specific thing. Obviously, this is a different version of that, not as extreme or whatever. But I think the journey overall, and having watching it the second time, is kind of more about Marty like learning to be less of a dick. Although at the end, I guess you can interpret it whichever way you want, of if he's going to keep going the same way or if he has actually changed.
I think Marty is a manipulator.
Definitely.
And I think it's one of those things where it's like he does what he thinks is the right look in the situation to get his goal.
Yeah, he's a narcissist.
But do you think at the end he felt, without spoiling it, do you think he genuinely felt emotion in that last scene?
Oh, I think right at that last scene when when the event happens.
So I think there are moments where you can see he's like he's not a sociopath, like he's not.
That reaction to that event is also very common. Like you see that in a lot of movies and in life, right? Where it's kind of like all of a sudden you don't think something will affect you the way it does.
True.
The way I interpreted it was he wants to make a name for himself. He wants to be known. He wants to achieve something that people can't take away from him. And that's something the ending unwittingly gives him. So he gets a sense of that from the ending.
Without spoiling it, I can't go into another theory, but
but you could also interpret it as the opposite. It's like I can't continue to do what I need to do anymore because
that's kind of where I was alluding to. Is it kind of situation where it's like events have happened now where now he can't in good conscience continue on that path because it affects
I think
other people.
He can still continue on like trying to be the best, but now he can do it from a more empathetic, like less selfish point
he
of
can't
view.
but for him it's all or nothing.
And
now he's that situation. Now he finds himself potentially at the end in an impossible situation.
That's a negative take.
He has a bigger responsibility.
Okay, that's an interesting interpretation.
It's a cynical interpretation.
It's a cynical interpretation, but now is the emotion at the end because now he's torn between greater responsibility and his passion.
That's one interpretation.
That's one interpretation.
My interpretation is the more positive angle.
The other interpretation is kind of just
he's fulfilled in a different way that he didn't think he could be fulfilled.
Yeah, so, it's vague enough that you can take what you want from it.
Yeah, I think, having seen it the second time, I was like, I don't think. Yeah, I'd like to think that he became a better person while still being able to be the best athlete he could be.
I think his ego was sated enough by some of the events leading up to the end of the movie, right? Where maybe he's kind of just like, I know I'm the best, or I know I can
He already
achieve
proved
it.
it.
I think
He proved it to
Rocky,
himself.
There's a Rocky element of like, Rocky didn't win in the first movie, but he proved he could go the distance. He proved he had
in the
medal.
positive interpretation of the ending of the movie, then there's that, you've got that added to it too, where it's kind of like, well, he knows he's the big shit.
Yes.
So it's like, does he have to continue on that path? Not necessarily. Again, it's kind of like, it's up to your interpretation.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's also a version of this movie, which I can't think of another example, but I'm sure there's other movies where it's
it turns out he's a vampire at the end.
No, which maybe we'll talk about that in a minute. But, there's a version where it's like, to become a better person, he decides not to pursue his dream, actively not pursue it. Not it gets taken away from him or whatever. It's like he actively stops.
The Christmas version of this movie where it's kind of just like, what's really important?
Exactly. It's like, do I pick my family or do I pick the sport? And it's like,
there's probably a boxing movie or a fighting movie where that happens.
Yeah. I
Like,
can't think of it. I'm sure there's someone listening to this screaming at like all of these examples.
Ross is listening at home being like, this movie and this movie and this movie. Shout out to Ross for the other week when I couldn't remember the actor that from The Sopranos that Tony Soprano was talking about, and it was Gary Cooper.
Ah, I see.
Shout out to Ross for pointing that out on Facebook
Yeah,
immediately.
Yeah.
After I posted the episode.
He's got a good pop culture reference brain.
Gary Cooper.
Gary Cooper. Yeah, what were we talking about? He's Timmy, Marty's journey, but yeah, I think it's just on a technical level, pure cinema. Like
I've got a page up right now. I hope you were talking about this. The cinematographer Darius Konji.
Oh, he's amazing.
Some of the movies that this man has been the cinematographer on, Callum, you listening?
He's God tier. He's God tier.
7, Uncut Gems, Mickey 17, Marty Supreme, Midnight in Paris, Eddington, Okja, Panic Room, Alien, not the first
Eddington,
one, Alien
there you go.
Resurrection,
Yeah.
Funny Games, Delicatessen, The Ninth Gate, Lost City, Lost Children, Wimbledon, a ton of Woody Allen films.
That's a pretty interesting,
like
diverse array.
The dude is on the Mount Rush. The dude is on the Mount Rushmore of cinematography.
Yeah, he's one of the greats.
So automatically, Safdie B has a, I guess, an extra added support system.
Well, I mean,
You know what I
we
mean?
were talking after we saw the movie about how a director is just there to kind of corral all the other talent. And
You're as good as your team.
yeah, and I think the Safdie brothers, both of them are really good at this. And on Marty Supreme, Josh Safdie especially, he's assembled like the best possible team to do all the different parts and pieces and run the departments and whatever.
Automatically, when you have one of the GOATs as your cinematographer, he's not bringing just, like his expertise as a cinematographer. He's bringing his wisdom and experience. And he's probably able to land...
And he's almost 80 years old, I think.
Yeah, and he's able to land all of this wisdom to the Safdie.
Yeah.
And it adds other benefits as well.
Yeah, so it looks really good. It was shot mostly on 35. I think there was a few shots that were digital, but mostly it's a shot on film. And it just, like other Safdie movies, it has this kind of close-up, frenetic kind of... Yeah. There's handheld moments, but it's like just this kind of suffocating...
closeness.
Yeah. Whereas, a lot of movies try to hide their low budget by, shooting close up. This doesn't feel like that. Because
this feels like an artistic choice.
Yeah, this is more like, like the Uncut Gems or whatever, where it's like you're really in
to make you
people's
uncomfortable.
faces. Yeah, you're in people's faces. Like it's more intense. It's
more threatening.
intimate.
In a way, it's meant to make you feel awkward and uncomfortable.
You feel the claustrophobia.
Yeah, that's the word, claustrophobia.
Yeah, you feel the emotion and, people are sweating. And another great thing about this movie is the casting, which one of the things Safdie brothers do in all their movies is they cast like non-actors or like, people who aren't known, like athletes or musicians or people who aren't really known for acting. And they have like a lot of interesting faces and like weirdos and like just people who look like real people.
Real people.
Because we always talk about like movies now, everything looks clean.
Especially
everyone
standard
looks
Hollywood
perfect.
films, everyone's gorgeous.
Yeah. And even like the background actors, everyone just looks, so nice. Whereas this feels like a classic like 70s kind of movie, whereas it's just like there's more normal looking people.
Yeah.
Really interesting faces.
And even it's one of those things where it's like Fran Drescher's is in this movie. She's a beautiful woman. And it's like like in this movie, she didn't wear makeup. She looked like a normal, regular person.
Because she's playing just a regular...
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, no, not every actress needs to wear makeup constantly. It's kind of like she's playing a regular person. She looks like a regular person.
Even Gwyneth Paltrow, who plays a movie star in this movie and is a movie star in real life, and, is she's like... in her 50s, whatever, but she's still a beautiful woman. But even in this movie, she looks like a real person.
Yeah.
Like, it's not this fake kind of artificial...
It's not Hollywood Fantasyland.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. I mean, the set design, look up Jack Fisk, look up his credits. He did a lot of David Lynch movies. He's one of the most legendary production designers ever. He did the production design for this movie. And that's another thing about Marty Supreme is like it looks authentic. Like all the 1950s shop fronts and, the...
Oh, yeah. Production design go. Again, so automatically...
I see the master on there.
Yeah, automatically, Josh has the leg up with this cinematographer, production designer duo, right?
Yeah.
Mulholland Drive, There Will Be Blood, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Revenant and the Master, Tree of Life, Thin Red Line...
Oh my God.
The Straight Story, a lot of David Lynch stuff, as you said. Like, just craziness.
Yeah. Just one of the goats. And this movie, we watch a lot of movies that are set, are period films, and, a lot of Hollywood, more polished movies, they look kind of fake. Whereas this one, it's like, it feels like you're being transported to the 50s. Like people are wearing like clothes that feel like, like they've actually worn them. Like the sets are kind of a bit dirty. There's a sort of real, tangible, lived in quality to everything, and a realistic, look to everything. And going back to the casting, it's like that helps with the...
And there's some real animals in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Was that real?
Not in terms of the people, but the way you said it after.
No.
Was it a real sea lion?
Yeah, I think so.
It looked real to me.
Yeah, it looked real to me.
Crazy.
Look, and if CG, good on him.
Yeah, it looked amazing. But there's a lot of some doggos. There's an armadillo, a bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's always good. Like to see that in movies. But yeah, the casting is so incredible, and the faces kind of real, the real looking
people.
And casting non-actors and whatever, and that adds to the authenticity of the world and bringing you into the, sucking you into the story and the world. But yeah, Jennifer Venditti, who did the casting, this is the first year where there's a casting Oscar.
Oh. She deserves it.
If she doesn't win, like like I said, the Oscars are silly. You can't pit art against art, and it's just a bunch of producers patting themselves on the back, whatever. But I think you kind of just have to give it to her for this.
Yeah.
It's like the amount of like just creative thinking in terms of casting, and like I said, the Safdie brothers have a history of this. But then Jennifer Venditti, obviously being the one to facilitate it, like it's just incredible. Like Luke Manley, who plays Dion, his friend, who gives him the orange. The big guy. Yeah, like Josh Safdie saw him on Twitter because he went viral on Twitter. He was like doing a sports podcast or something, and he said something funny, and he had a funny Twitter handle, and so Josh Safdie was like, "Get me that guy," and he auditioned, and like now he's great in the movie. And there are just a lot, Abel Ferrara, the amazing
legendary director.
Yeah, he's in the film. There's
Kevin O'Leary.
That's the thing. Like I don't watch Shark Tank or any of those reality shows, but Kevin O'Leary, who is apparently on Shark Tank, like he's one of the sort of main supporting roles in this, and he's really good.
Like he was born to it.
And yeah, and like it suits that character really well. And yeah, he just gives a great, like everyone's just so great in the movie. So yeah, I think it's just one of the best looking movies of the last year, one of the best cast movies of the last year, and one of the best sounding movies because
the score is amazing.
The score, like again,
the score and the soundtrack work together.
Yeah,
like it's sometimes I feel like sometimes you either really like the score or you really like the soundtrack. Sometimes you like both, but I feel like you can't separate these two.
I think.
I'm sorry, boys. Press F for Johnny Greenwood for not getting the nomination or whatever for best sound design
For one battle after another.
Oh, for best score.
Press F.
Well, I mean, like I said, the Oscars this year are kind of weird. Like
the Oscars are a wank.
I know I shouldn't be derailing it, but I was just like, that deserved at least a nomination.
There's always like stuff getting snubbed or whatever the best word is. But yeah, I think
28 years later, got snubbed. Sorry.
That definitely got snubbed.
Continue.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no other. Oh, I don't. Do I have time to go into No Other Choice? Maybe I'll talk about that next week. No Other Choice got completely left off, and that was one of the best movies of the year.
But yeah, I think with this movie, the score and the soundtrack worked really well together.
Yeah. So
100%.
What's interesting is it's a movie set in the 50s, but most of the tracks on the soundtrack are like 80s kind of synthy.
I leaned over to the start of the film and I said to James and Nathan, like, this movie feels really 80s.
Yeah, but just not in a...
It's just the energy of the movie.
Yeah, it's like...
The way the story starts off, the way it's designed, the title cards where it comes up with the location and then...
Yeah, but not in a way, like a jarring way of like, oh, it's set in the 50s, but we're all like 80. It's like, no.
It feels
like,
natural, yeah.
It feels like the energy of the movie is 80s, kind of like pumpy pop, like synth pop. But the look and feel of the movie is authentically New York 1950s kind of. It's like this perfect... And, when you've got the intensity of the scenes, and the that sort of...
The drive.
That anxiety kind of, that drive. And it's like the score is just so well done by Daniel Lopatin, who did Uncut Gems and Good Times. So he's got that, that kind of...
He's got the nervous energy.
Yeah, he's got that.
He's got it where it needs to be.
He's already worked on the Safdie. He's like...
It helps because I suppose, especially with some of the other team they've worked with before, they have a common language to work with because they already know how everyone else works.
Yeah, when you have your regular collaborators, like it's always good, because you have like a unspoken...
Cohesive unit.
And you have like an unspoken kind of...
A rapport.
Yeah, exactly. But it's such an incredible... like synthy kind of weird score, Tangerine Dream-esque maybe, but then you've got like it like weaves in with the 80s kind of synthy kind of pop music, but it almost feels like one cohesive kind of thing. It never feels like
I feel like you can't separate them. Like some movies I'm like, okay,
but there are some times where I'm like, is this the score or is this an old 80s pop music, and there's just kind of like really well done.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's hard to talk about too much without getting into spoilers territory.
I don't want to get spoilers, and also, there are movies that, if they're really bad, it's like you can go pick them apart. If they're really good, it's just like you just kind of have to go, well, that was good, and that was good, and that was good. And sometimes it's hard for me to express.
Well, I think we've done
words.
a pretty good job so far.
Yeah. But I mean, long story short, Marty Supreme, great movie, one of the best of the year. I think maybe at least top 5, maybe top 3.
The cinematography for the sports scenes is also really well executed. Yeah. It manages to capture the frenetic pace of something like table tennis or tennis in general. That
back and forth
and back and forth, and also the pacing of it. It's like that quick. And you've got the moments of high craziness where they're doing their trick shots and doing their high shots, and you got the tight closeness
intensity,
the quick shots they do to each other to try and keep each other off guard.
It's well edited as well. Like it's 2.5 hours long, but it moves and and like I said, kind of like how one battle after another. It's like it's not about the revolution; it's about the chase and getting the daughter. This is the same thing. It's like it's not really about the table tennis; it's about the chase and getting the money and getting to the pursuing the goal, and it gets crazier and crazier, and in true Safdie style, like there's just crazy stuff happens, and Marty gets into all sorts of sticky situation, trouble.
The technical word is shenanigans.
Shenanigans, exactly. So it's just a great movie. I don't know what else to say. I mean,
I reckon we rounded up pretty much.
Yeah.
It was supreme.
Yeah, it was supreme. So far, it's pretty supreme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely.
I guess we got a whole year of good movies to look forward to. Hopefully,
Well, we'll
God
see.
willing.
Yeah, I mean,
Inshallah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's coming out soon, but
yeah, I don't know. What's
Silent
coming
Hill,
up this
right,
year.
boys?
no,
Right,
No.
boys?
no.
No.
Maybe when
I
it comes
reckon.
out on
On that
VOD.
note, we're all out of time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is the problem I think I've talked about before is like we're still getting the leftovers from 2025 that have already come out in the US. And so it's like we're just catching up,
Yeah.
and then the Oscars is in March, and it's like, so I have to kind of catch up on a lot of movies before then. And then
Well, maybe next week I'll talk about The Rip.
Doesn't matter anyway.
I watched The
'cause,
Rip this morning as well. So yeah, maybe we'll
We'll
talk
talk
about
about
it.
that next week.
Sinners will win
Yeah.
everything, so it's fine.
That's the other thing. It's like I really like Sinners. I think it's a great movie, but did it deserve 16 nominations or whatever? And it'll probably win everything. And I'm just kind of like,
everyone wants to pat each other on the back.
yeah. And it's also like it's just
See, it's like it's not real people voting on these movies. It's insiders who are doing.
And
the amount
never
of
forget, there are people who vote who don't even bother to
they don't
watch
watch all the movies.
well, yeah. Now and now they've changed it so you have to watch all the movies, but it's like really
They
just
just
have to
play
say
and then go out and get a coffee.
yeah. It's like you just have to say you did.
The whole thing is also, it wouldn't surprise me that the amount of political favors in the industry that are done. It's kind of just like, oh, vote for this movie, and then
yeah.
I'll help you get your next movie made.
That's always been what
it's-
it's like. It's the movie with the most connections and the best campaign has like gets all the votes, and it's like
so it's kind of like you
my
can't
friend did
trust the
that.
judgment of any of these awards anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I liked F1, but the fact that it was nominated as one of the best picture slots. I'm like, do you know how many other movies deserve that slot?
That's just Apple reversing a dump truck full of cash.
Yeah. I'm just like this. That's
to a
ridiculous.
producer's house and
Yeah.
being like, make it happen, mate.
I'm sorry, but yeah. So it's just I mean, we talk about it all the time. Like the Oscars is bullshit.
Tuesday Review need
But-
their own Oscars. What will we call them?
Well, we should.
The cousins.
Yeah, I mean,
The Tuesday review.
the
I don't
problem
know.
we talked about this a couple of weeks ago or last week when I was like, the problem is like, I want to see as many films as I can before I do a list of best
We
films.
need
So
to-
if we did an awards bracket, we'd have to catch up, especially you guys, because you guys are far behind on a lot of
We would
the
need
actual Oscar, nominated.
we would need to
movies and-
channel our inner Marty and hustle some companies to be like, just send us all the screeners so we can have our own rewards show.
Well,
Our own
yeah, I mean,
awards
we
show.
need to
That's
be
it.
part of the academy. We need to be stop being shit and actually do something, and then actually earn a spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Well, I think last week we said 2026 is our year, so hopefully we'll. Yeah, probably not. If we're
Well, I mean, with the way the year's going so far,
Um,
ooh. Anyway,
January has not been kind to anyone in the whole world.
pretty much. Yeah,
The
that's
world,
it.
it's
Yeah.
been rough. It's been rough.
Anyway,
But we
well,
had some good movies, and we're looking forward to.
well, that's
some
it.
more.
What do we got? We got the Mel Brooks, the 99-year-old man, has recently come out. We've got the Lincoln Lawyer coming back.
Oh, the show.
So we got
Yeah.
some
Oh,
good
well, there's
stuff
always
coming
stuff
out,
coming
so
out. Yeah, of course.
Anyway, we'll end it on a positive note. Anyone have any other final thoughts for Marty Supreme before we call it a day?
I feel like it's one of those things where we'll turn off the mics and then I'll have a million more things to say. But at the moment, I can't think of anything. But yeah, Marty Supreme, great movie.
Really liked it.
I think it lived up to the hype.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, without going into spoilers, there's a couple of things I'll tell you off here that maybe I'd change.
Yeah.
But like on the whole, I think it's a great film that'll go in the canon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think
Yeah.
it's an old school film.
Yeah, exactly. I think you even said it after the movie. It's like it's good to see a real movie on the
Yeah.
big screen, and it's also
Yeah, go out and
when you're
support
watching
original cinema
Yeah.
films.
when you watch something special, you can feel it. You're like, oh my god, this is how.
There are scenes that are like, oh, that's amazing. Like it's
Yeah.
like we'll be like, oh, this is like that scene in Marty Supreme.
Yeah, that
So
they're-
it's already like,
yeah,
you know.
they've got there are moments that are like already set in stone for.
we forgot about the other animal in this movie, the pig.
Oh yeah, that's a big boy
Cameo by Pig, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for joining me, boys. You can catch the Tuesday.
Thanks for
review-
joining me.
Yes, well, technically,
Thanks
yeah,
for joining him.
We're recording this at James's house. Because
Yeah.
we're doing it early because it's too hot on Tuesday. So
Yeah.
we are technically joining James.
No, we're all. No one's joining it. Like we're all the hosts. Like it's all,
Yeah, no. We are on some of the social media stuffs at Tuesday Review AU on mostly Threads, Instagram, and Facebook, and Blue Sky, and YouTube at Tuesday Review AU. We hope to get a website up and running soon where maybe we'll post more long-form blog-style content. And it's just a less Nazified platform that if we control it.
Well, yeah.
And that's always a good thing. We're on Letterboxd. I'm Nathan B _90.
I'm channeldrifter.
And I'm Callum Tuesday.
Alum is Alum20, but he can't be here to represent himself.
And he doesn't log anything.
And he doesn't log anything. One day we'll wake up and there'll be like 1,000 movies logged, and we'll be like, there he is. Probably not.
Never.
We'll make him, on Monday, we'll sit him down and we'll make him log some stuff. I'll be like, just log me in on your Letterboxd account and I'll just go, you've seen this movie, how many stars? How many stars?
Yeah, but you don't, like I told him, you don't even have to rate it or review it. Just log it so you can see. He doesn't watch that much, so it's like every once in a while you can, but
anyway, it's his journey.
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons I like to advertise our Letterboxd is because we do watch a lot of movies that we don't get to talk about on the show. So it's like, it's a good way to sort of see what we've been watching, and if there's something that you see that you're interested in, like DM us or whatever. Because there's just so much out there that we don't.
Like I was telling James, I recently watched After the Sunset and had weird thoughts about it. I'm like,
we could do a whole thing on that, but we'll see how the year goes.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back next week. Adios, cousins.